So, how long has African fashion been in the Mankato area?
I think 2 years and a half, because I started like 2007.
2017? Let's flip that one. Is it on yet?
I think so, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, 2017.
2017.
Yeah.
So, you want to share a little bit about coming to the Mankato area? You started in 2017 with African fashion?
Yeah, I have long story, honestly.
Yeah.
If I say like I want to share my story, it would take a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like growing up, and I was like always curious, like, and my dad paid everything.
Okay.
And when I was young, like 8, I think 7, I said like, my mom, she can help herself. And I pray, I said like, please God, don't make me like waiting my husband pay everything. But it was religion though. It's not
Right.
like, but me it bothers me. I want my mom to help herself. So always I want to be independent.
Sure.
When I was young, like making everything by yourself. God accepted my prayer, and I came 2014, and I thought everything will be okay, but it was not.
Yeah.
I was pregnant, I didn't even know, like 3 weeks. So I was sick when I came, and we went to my friends took me in hospital, and the doctor said like, congratulations, you're pregnant. And I just stopped crying.
Yeah.
And the doctor asked questions, say like, why are you crying? I thought you feel happy. Because I was not speaking English, so
Right.
somebody translate me.
Yeah.
And I say like, it's a new country, new baby, no job, will be.
Was this 3 weeks before you came to America?
Yeah. when
You found
I
out you were
didn't-
pregnant and you were sick.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
I know. So like, I cry a lot, honestly, because like, I don't speak English.
Yeah.
New country, new baby, nobody hired me because I don't speak English. I struggle a lot, honestly. So I find a job finally. I find a job, and I work 7 days a week, double shift because I left 2 kids in Africa
Yeah.
and husband Africa, and I have to bring them here.
Right. What was the
So-
first place you worked in Mankato?
As I forgot the company name.
That's okay.
Ameriprise.
Did it make pop? Oh, America. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ameriprise 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, and finally.
Yeah.
But in Blue Earth County helped me, honestly.
Sure.
I didn't find the job because nobody hired me. So
Yeah.
they was helping the people, I think from Africa, who don't speak English, so they was connecting with the company.
Yeah.
So they find for me a job, and I'm glad they hired me. So I was there for 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you went to Blue Earth County, did
The
how was
school,
your-
because I was going to school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the community. So they was connecting like the people looking for a job.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they told me like, go to school like 4 years and learn, but I left 2 kids in Africa and husband, so I want to work,
Right.
I want to bring them
That's the
here.
independence you want. Yeah.
So that's why I was looking for a job mostly. So they find me a job, I'm glad they find for me. I worked 4 years there, and my husband came in 2012,
Okay.
and my kids, they come in 2016, and I opened my business 2017. But when my kids come in, my husband say like, okay, you've done a lot of job, stay home mom.
Yeah.
And he say like, I will pay everything, but he don't know me.
Yeah. you smile. Yeah.
Because he don't know I was praying when I was little.
Right. Right. Yeah. There's a bigger plan.
I say like, no, I want to open business. He say like, are you crazy? No, I say like, I'm not crazy. He said like, Mankato is small town. I don't think so you can open business. I know it's challenging, but I have to do it. That's my dream, always like independent,
Mhm.
do your job. 2017, 18 was good, but 2019 is going down.
Okay.
Because a lot of my customer, I think they moved Minneapolis. And when I asked them, like they said, like they can't find a Mankato job.
Okay.
So I have to find a second job.
Yeah.
So I have 2 jobs. I'm going back 7 days a week.
Oh wow.
I know it's not easy, honestly. But good news, I got an email last week, and somebody offered me in the mall.
Oh, you did.
Yes.
Wonderful.
They offered me, so I have appointment today. Maybe they will give me space, and that will be good news for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
So the business, like, opening business, I thought it was easy, but it's not easy.
Right.
But I learned a lot. And I was thinking about it, say like, okay, you order stuff in Kenya, and Dubai, and Chicago, the carpet coming from Chicago.
Okay.
And I said like, why not you don't open in Nairobi, other one? So you invest in yourself, you know what I mean?
Right.
Hiring somebody over there, shipping for you, still money is going in other business.
Right.
And that's helped me, honestly.
Yeah.
So I
It lowers your
last-
costs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I opened last year there.
You know?
Even my husband, he don't know anything. I did it by myself.
Yeah.
So I have a
There's the
twin-
independence.
Yes, that's what I wanted.
Right.
So I think I'm getting better now, but if I miss me getting more good space, like the mall, maybe
Yeah.
going forward and doing well. I think so.
Yeah.
That's my dream.
Do you remember anything that, when you're opening the business in, was it 2017, right?
Yeah, June, yeah.
June 2017. Do you remember one thing that surprised you when you were like, maybe it was like when you were looking for space or figuring out where you're gonna get your different products from? Was there anything that you found to be challenging? What were some of the things that was tough for you?
Everything challenged me, honestly,
Yeah.
because like the challenging me, like how you connecting customer, how you bring more customer, what they like your customer, you know, those things, how you adapting both culture. Because the reason why I open it, I want my culture alive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The clothes, the purse, handmade shoes, those things.
Yeah.
That's my culture. So I want to make life and everybody knows, you know what I mean? And how can I adapt in this culture at the same time?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's challenging.
you're like
Yeah,
on two
well,
sides. Yeah.
that's challenging me, and other things like, you know, the place and how you get in more traffic. Even a lot of things challenging me, honestly, because
Sure.
I didn't know anything about business. I don't have any experience. My husband has experience.
Yeah.
The first job, he was salesman. The second one, he was independent and he had his own business, self-employee. But he don't want to do it because he don't believe like Mankero, I will be a successful business.
Okay.
Because he's like a small community. It's not big city like Minneapolis. So that's why he don't believe it. But I say like, no, I want to do it, I want to do it.
Yeah.
And me, I'm not afraid to fall, laugh, you know, like
Right.
failing. My husband, he afraid of failing.
Yeah.
So me, I
A lot of
don't care.
people
I
are.
want to do it, I
Yeah.
want to do it.
Right.
That's one thing on me, I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
You gotta try it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have tried, I'm pushing it, so.
Yeah. So 2017, you opened the business and it went well for a couple of years. Last year was challenging.
Yes.
And that challenge is just kind of tied to the customer traffic coming in. You mentioned people moved
Yeah,
away.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you're seeing in terms of, your client base? It's getting smaller right now, the regulars?
Yeah, for the customer, you mean?
Yeah,
Especially winter time always is slow, honestly.
it is.
Yeah, the summer, yeah, it's coming back.
They get the seasonal trends or?
Yeah,
Okay.
because winter always is slow. Even last 2 years it was like that, so
Yeah,
I think that's why. But it's not busy days like 2017 and 18 it was busy.
yeah,
But it's not that busy because I lost a lot of customer. But I'm thinking about it, adopting this culture too, and both, they come in the store, they can find something they're interested in.
you know,
I'm thinking, I'm still planning.
Right, right. that's great.
Yeah, yeah.
So when, can you talk a little bit about how you run your business? I know that you get some help from the family
Oh,
to
my
run
kids
the
help
store?
me, honestly. I can't do
Yeah.
it by myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
my kids, they help me. We switch it around and stay in the morning, they stay afternoon, so I can go other jobs. So I always, my kids help me at the assistant, and also my trade. They
Yeah.
help me. Without them, I don't think I can do by myself.
Sure.
Honestly, yeah.
How do they like working in the store? What's their approach to it? Do they take pride in it too? Do you see that in some of your kids?
Asma, she's going for school in business and she loves doing it. And my husband always, when he say like, you're not doing well, you want to close the store, something like that, she always say like, no, 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 no.
Yeah, she likes it.
She
doesn't
like,
she?
yeah, she
Right.
like the business running.
Yeah.
So they pushing me too, so that I have a spot. Not my husband though.
Yeah, yeah. I suppose he can be motivating too. I mean, if
I
he's
know,
not,
but that Montero is always like Mankato, like, we have always negative things.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
I don't blame you because it's a small town and a small community as, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But he's not open. I said, like, just open mind. You never
Yeah.
know. One day, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he will work for me one day.
Yeah. You let him know you have a sales position available for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can get him up at the mall working or something.
Trust me, he will work for me one day.
Yeah.
I will be his boss.
Yeah. So I want to give the opportunity for people to, ask some questions
yes.
too, and, looking around the room.
Don't ask me a hard question, please.
Yeah, no hard questions. We'll filter those out. But I want to, we heard a little bit about her story right now, and I imagine folks want to learn a little bit more. So if you guys have any questions, raise your hand, and we can bring the microphone around.
Start you
That
off
was
a
a hard
really
one.
easy question. Could you tell us what sorts of things you sell in your store?
Like what I sell in my
Yeah,
store?
what do you
Oh,
sell in the store?
I have a purse, like I carry one, it's handmade purse. I have a shoes for handmade from Kenya. I have a lot of clothes from in Kenya, some is handmade. I have a lot of back home stuff. That's the reason why I want to be the culture life and people they can see my culture, what we wear. We wear the clothes different for reason, but it's still available for them if they want it, yeah.
Do your kids help pick out anything? Like when you're figuring out what design of the purse or the clothes or anything like that, are you looking at it, or do your kids get to give any input into it at all?
No, because they don't know the culture.
Oh, okay.
My daughter, she's born here, and other one, there was Vero
Yeah.
over there, so they don't know that much about it, but I always show them what's beautiful, so
Yeah.
they see. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
A question to follow up with that on the clothes, and you said, are there any clothes that are made locally that from the community here, or either in Mankato or in the cities, that might be another source for you, that might be quicker turnaround or custom? If somebody says, gee, I'm looking for this type of purse, is there anybody here locally that makes clothes for you also?
No, I am Minneapolis, I order sometimes clothes there. Because the clothes always change in the fashion, it's new every month, every couple months. So I want Minneapolis, if I see something I don't have, I drive Minneapolis and bring here. Yeah.
I've heard the story before, but tell everybody why your purses are so special. The last time you talked about it, I was absolutely blown away.
That's what I asked you, like I don't speak English well, you can explain.
But you do, you can explain your purses.
The purse is two things. One is handmade. You can't find handmade purse, I think, here. I never seen it. I don't know if you guys see it. But other things is culture back home. So I can say like, where do you get this purse? I can say like, oh, it's from Kenya, it's back home, it's handmade, it's culture stuff. A lot of people like it. A lot of people buying it. It's different kind, but me, I have this design. And I think that's what's different for other purse.
Do you sell just the materials? Like if I wanted to make, because I'm African, right, Nigerian, we make things out of just materials. Do you sell those materials and I can just buy material to sew my clothes?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
For ladies and men too.
Okay.
African fashion clothes.
Right.
African dresses, yeah.
All right, and this is just a suggestion. So there's so many African communities in different colleges. Like I used to be on the ASA board. African Night is coming up. A bunch of Africans are going to be coming to African Night. Is March 21st in Mankato campus, but there's ASAs almost all the campuses around the state. So if you can have your kids go to some of those events and table, because the big thing with African Nights is we want to wear our African clothes. And many times we don't have from back home, so we start looking for material. We go to the cities, we go to all these places. If they have someone in Mankato where they can buy materials, then they're all looking. I know right now a lot of people are looking for materials to make their clothes for African Night, and this later next month, so that may be somewhere you want to check out.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's make sure that connection happens after here too,
Yeah.
so, yeah. Wonderful, there. I got one.
Yeah, that one, yes.
You also carry rugs, correct?
Yes, I do.
That's good, because I bought them all there for my house. So they've got some really great stuff. If it's not African fashions, I mean rugs and stuff for your house, they've got a great assortment.
There's the connection right
I would
there.
recommend it.
The rug.
Thank you so much.
A couple more up front here.
Hi, my name's Kate. How are you marketing your business to try and attract new customers, maybe from outside the area? What techniques have you tried, and can we provide some feedback for you?
Honestly, I need someone to help me to connecting. Always they help me create Mangera Growth for events like this. I think this is the second time, right?
Yeah.
But I need help connecting, and still I'm struggling, honest with you. I'm still struggling with connecting.
I like your Facebook page now. So she does have a Facebook page, so.
Thank you.
I think it'd be really cool if you did some try-ons.
Yeah.
And you, or, okay, hi.
Our business and I have dabbled in.
Well, awesome. I'll stop it there. Isn't she delightful? I love her. What's that?
Absolutely, she's entertaining.
Isn't she? I love how she talks about her husband. He needs to keep an open mind. She's a classic entrepreneur, right? Like people are naysaying left and right, and she's going, I'm just ignoring them. I'm just doing my thing. This is awesome. So comments, conversation, we're recording this, so we'll have it to share with Habiba later. I'll also gather up any notes. I don't know if anybody has found her Facebook page online. If you have, you can throw that in the chat for others. But what are your thoughts? What suggestions do you have? I hear that she is now located in River Hills Mall.
Okay.
Do you have any suggestions for helping her to continue to make connections and grow in the community?
This is Gary. I think what I'd be interested, so it's good refresher on her story, but I'd be curious of the different suggestions it would offer of where she is today, that what help she had, where she was then. We really don't know where she is today. I mean, it's, you know, you gave a little snippet there. So even if somebody could go out and videotape and reenact the updated interview, if she's not comfortable to come on Zoom, repeat it again. She did very well with John. Come out and have a flashback update. So that would be, to me, very, very interesting, and then go from there.
Yeah, I do know. I know just the two things. I know that she's in River Hills Mall, and that young man who was talking about African students wanting to get fabric. I know that they followed up with her and got a bunch of African students to come and, purchase some things for her for African Night. And I don't know whatever happened with the fabric idea, if they got that going, but I can find out from him. I didn't know that men and women, they love to sew their own clothes for African Night. So I thought that was cool. Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, I really think that Gary's idea is very good. The little update from last year to this year, and I noticed that that African night that happens at the university there, is there something online that's going to happen this year?
I don't know. I just thought of that as I was watching the videos. I should check and find out what they're doing.
Right, because if it's happening this year, that presentation could be chopped up and put online, and I mean, it's very well, you could make a really good 3-minute presentation out of what she said there. A little editing, and I'm including Gary's idea of the new stuff, because that's the most important stuff.
Right.
Short introduction with a long little history there going, and and then the future. And online, I think if there's going to be an online presentation this year of that African Night, It seems like that's a national deal or a global deal. I don't know, but it seems like a wonderful opportunity to be online for.
One of the things that Habiba said to me during the meeting was that she was trying to make more connections with people who are not African to come into the store. She has beautiful bags, rugs, clothing, you know, things like that. And that was one of the challenges that she was having. Does anybody have any suggestions for that? I think being in the mall might be, you know, one good step, but other ideas? Or another thought is, what did you like about what you just saw in that presentation? It's not a typical, you know, PowerPoint, here's my, you know, thing. She just sat and told her story. What did you like about that?
She was real. She was raw.
And I also think for you know, what I would describe as new Americans, having that type of environment where you have kind of where John was the host and answering questions, I think that kind of take down the walls as well, because, you know, I mean, this is even going back to when my mom's parents first came to America. They were from Greek. They lived on the north side of Mason City, Iowa, and it was all tribal. It was all tribal back then. And then over the generations, that just kind of boom, took off, where many of the first generation Greeks were owning businesses. They were well accepted within the community. And I think we see some of that. I guess, Yvonne, I know that you've been in the community for a long time. How can we do a better job, or what resources are available out there within the Mankato area to make these entrepreneurs more successful? I mean, are there support networks? I mean, should we develop some support networks? I know that these have been past conversations, but what's available out there right now?
Well, you know, 1 Million Cups, I think, is one of the great things that we have out here, but we have to figure out, you know, how to, you know, bridge things. And that's one of the things I liked about this was also John doing the interviewing also allowed, he did a little bit of, you know, he did a little repetition of what she was saying to make sure that everyone understood what she was saying, you know, so there wasn't any worry there. It definitely relieved her. She felt like, oh, okay, he's making sure that I'm being understood. But he also left lots of space for her to express her personality and to steal the show, as she did. She was awesome. It was her show. But that's one of the things I was thinking about was, and I proposed this to some of our organizers. In Rochester, they recently did a 1 Million Cups in Spanish. And they brought in a whole different group of people than they would normally have at their 1 Million Cups. People who speak Spanish primarily, but speak English too, felt much more comfortable presenting in Spanish. And then they had someone translate, right? So they would say maybe one slide's worth of information, and then it would be translated into English. And it's quite lovely. I put a video of it on our Facebook page. And it was extremely welcoming to the Spanish-speaking community. It made them feel like this is a place that cares about us, you know? I think we should think about that kind of stuff and doing more of that. I've already talked to Juan Pablo, the guy that did it in Rochester, and he's willing to help us do that here in Mankato. Lindsay had an idea. Go ahead, Lindsay.
Oh, for the ideas of reaching a wider audience, I thought about the St. Peter Market Fest. You know, they had the outdoor food and clothing and different candles, and so that would be an opportunity for her to reach people that don't know about her store,
right?
And just a wider population.
Yeah, that's a good one. Actually, I was thinking about your question too, Mike. What I have understood from the folks that I know in these communities is Facebook is a connecting tool. There's Facebook groups in Mankato for a bunch of different new Minnesotan, you know, groups, very entrepreneurial Hispanic Facebook groups, Somali and Sudanese, and they're talking, you know, with one another, selling to one another in their own language. So we have to figure out, like go to those groups and hang out and say hi. And you know, it's not always like inviting people to your thing. It's like go to their thing, and then they see you and they start to realize that you care about them and you want to help, and then they'll come to your things.
This is Samantha. I just Googled African Fashion Mankato.
Yeah.
And the thing that comes up on Google is her old location and it says permanently closed. So someone needs to help her get that updated to the new location so that when people are looking out on the internet for it, it pops up.
Yeah, we need to get that updated. That was one of the things that she mentioned too, was she's not very good at the technology end of things. That's something that just kind of like, not her favorite thing to do. Maybe you should get her to apply for an intern.
That's perfect. Good idea.
And somewhat along that same line as as far as from Help Avenue and Mike, maybe it's, you know, getting one of our marketing consultants to actually go to her store and, you know, again, SBDC is not charging anything, and so it's not quite the same as a private consultant going and trying to solicit her for business, it would seem to me. But reaching out to her or having someone of confidence, say whether it's Yvonne or John Constant, introduce, so there's that trust link to this new person that might address this problem with the website that could help on, something like that. So I'm building on the trust. Whoever's got that trust, we've got Yvonne, it seems John have that established, of maybe bringing a consultant to the store and reach out that way.